to work, and I'ma gauge my progress by the sign of the word. Now I ain't yet a success, but yes, the word that I stress. Cause by the time you hear the CD, count the steps that I've left. I'm passing all of you rappers, it's just a matter of time.
There's nothing getting in my way. And if you knock me over, I will get back up again. Oh, if something goes a little wrong, well, you can go ahead and bring it on. Cause if you knock me over, I will get back up again. That was a special tribute to my kids because that's from the Trolls movie if you ain't heard about it. But yo, I mean, that the message is right. That's it. End of the show. That's what it is. Anyway, check this out. My name is Pablo Rivera, and this is another edition of Make It Happen Monday. Yeah, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I have decided to rejoice and be glad in it. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. If I didn't tell you before, I'm telling you right now, is that I have had ups and I have had downs, right? And I told you in some of the Make It Happen Mondays, or not Make It Happen Mondays, some of the motivational moments before, right? Is ancient proverb says, get knocked down 9 times, stand up 10, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. I got 4 things for you to follow about falling down and getting back up again, right? Because we're going to add some practicality to this, some actual things that you can do to back up the theory, right? Because so many times people be talking to me and they go, listen, I really like your motivation. I really like the inspiration. But sometimes it's not enough to just be like, you can do it. And I don't believe that the Make It Happen Mondays are about you can do it, right? The Make It Happen Mondays, I try to give stories to be able to back up what it is that I'm talking about the principles that you can put in place, that if you actually do them, your potential will become actualized, and then we can take it from there so that you can feel better about yourself and get closer to whatever your goals are and potentially reach your goals, right? So we talk about vision, we talk about all of these things, right? Today, I'm going to give you 4 practical steps to do. And if you do them, I believe that you'll be able to continue to get back up. So, it's not a secret. I posted that I started jiu-jitsu again. Well, I say jiu-jitsu again, but I didn't really do jiu-jitsu in the past so much. I did a little bit. I'll give you the history. I did wrestling from 3rd grade until 9th grade. 9th grade, I dislocated my shoulder, and I was pretty nice. I was captain for almost every one of them years that I was on the wrestling team. And then 9th grade, I dislocated my shoulder. So I was out for a little bit, and then instead of coming back into wrestling, I had the opportunity to join a judo class, right? And I did. I did that for a few years, and I liked it. I did pretty darn good at it. And then as I got older, I ended up, it was like right before COVID, I ended up joining a jiu-jitsu school. And I was doing all right. I was only a white belt still, you know what I mean? And I got 1 stripe at that time. And then COVID was really hitting hard, and my wife was pregnant, and I had a baby. So, I was like, I'm not going to keep on tempting fate and potentially bring that in or whatever, right? So I stopped going. Now, fast forward, I'm here, and I started going again. If you follow me at all, you've seen the post that I went. So I held up my belt with the 1 stripe. And look it. All of that time that I was talking about, with the exception of whenever COVID was, and I don't know how long ago that was now, 3 years, 4 years, something, whatever, years ago, right? Before that, I was in my 20s. I was in 3rd grade. I was doing things. So my physical fitness was in a totally different place. Yeah, I'm prior service, but last time I was in the military, I think that was almost 15 years now. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long, long time. You see the grades, you know what I'm saying? But I got knocked down a lot in life. But I'm not going to talk about all of them things right now. Otherwise, you'll have another 30-something minute Make It Happen Mondays, and I'm not trying to do that. I want to be in and out. We're already up to like 4 minutes, right? So check this out. You know that since I joined jiu-jitsu, I messed up my pinkies, right? And that might sound like it's nothing, but yo, try to do this when your pinkies are messed up, it's something, right? Then I bruised my rib. That was weird because I was like, and I couldn't even really breathe right. I was like, man. So to try to make up for not being able to roll and grapple and all that, I ended up jumping on the Peloton bike, and I was hitting that hard, ended up getting an impinged nerve. It was right from it was right from the top of my butt cheek, went all the way down to my toe. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't walk. I couldn't do any of that, right? So then they gave me muscle relaxers, and I felt like I was in a different world. It was not good. I didn't like it at all, right? So now I'm back. I'm back in full effect. Well, we'll see if I'm back in full effect, right? But it takes a lot because I want to continue to go. I don't want to be one of them people that are like, oh, I would, but. And every time I got injured, I felt like one of them people. I mean, and I was really beating myself up about it. And I was like, man, my pinkies, are you serious? My pinkies is stopping me. You know, but they slowed me down. I would tape them up. I felt like my pinkies was going to blow up because I was doing it too tight. There's a certain way you should tape them. And I didn't really know, even though I was watching YouTubes and all that, right? Then my pinkies, I got this little sleeve thingy on it. It was feeling a little bit better. I was just babying a little bit, but I was still doing my thing. Then I sat here and I was doing a move. Boom, fell down. My man got me in my ribs. I did well. I completed the move, but my rib was bruised. And I didn't even feel it till afterwards because the adrenaline rush and all that, right? So I'm like, man, again, feeling like, oh, I would, but, right? And so I'm turning into the dude who I didn't want to be, right? And then lastly, I had that impinged nerve, and that thing, man, I got a real good friend of mine. And he got bad knee. I think he got knee replacements or hip replacements or both. I can't remember, but I know he got like bad knees and bad hips, but like for real, right? And I was walking down the hall right next to him, and somebody looked and started laughing like, yo, y'all two for real. Like, you guys are exactly alike right now. And I'm like walking, you know what I'm saying? And it was not a good thing. So I figured that there's a certain mindset that comes with being able to get back up 10 times when you knock down 9, right? And you can play with them numbers however you want. Oh, I was knocked down 10. All right, get up 11. Well, I was knocked down 30. All right, get up 31, right? So I got 4 points for you, right? The first thing that I did that I recommend that you do, that I want you to do, that I'm asking for you to do, is to be kind to yourself. You heard how bad I was talking about myself just now, and I was sitting here saying I was becoming that dude I didn't want to be. No, I wasn't. I wasn't becoming that dude I want to be. But at the time, that's how I was talking to myself. I was not kind to myself. I was dissing myself as though I was that dude who got excuses all the time, even though I don't have excuses all the time. But I was talking to myself like that. That self-talk was just killing me. Now, granted, I was doing what I needed to do to heal, and I kept it in my mind that I will come back. So even in that thought process, I wasn't that dude. I wasn't the dude who was making excuses. I actually had a problem, right? But that's what ends up knocking people out. So what is it that you got to do on top of being kind to yourself is you need to change your mindset. You need to change your mindset. I constantly told myself and believed that I was going to come back. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, again, change your mindset, that I wasn't going to be that 20-something-year-old judo practitioner that I was before. I knew I wasn't going to be that sixth grade wrestler that I was before. I knew that I wasn't going to just be able to be rolling around on the mat and just rolling for days and sweating and being tired and be like, come on, one more time. I wasn't going to be that dude, at least not right away. Now, I had to change my mindset. Because if I went in there with the mindset that I was going to be that dude from yesteryear and I didn't, then I would have that. I wouldn't be able to be kind to myself again because I'd be looking at myself like, come on, you slouch. Come on, man. Why don't you sit there and, you know what I'm saying? Like, breathe, man. What's the problem? You only roll 2 5-minute rolls. You know, what's your problem? You see what I'm saying? Is that I had to be able to be kind to myself and I had to change my mindset. I had to recognize who I was. What I try to tell people is when I do training or when I help tutor people or I help mentor people or coach them, I try to meet them where they at. You see what I'm saying? And I wasn't meeting myself where I was at. So that leads me to my third point is try a different approach. You see what I'm saying? If I would have approached it the way I approached it when I was 13, I would have not yielded the same results that I did when I was 13. And that's what was happening to me. Now, my pinky thing, I don't know exactly how that happened. But I'll definitely tell you the rib thing was that. I'll definitely tell you that the hip thing was that. Is I was trying to approach it like I was already super fit. Listen, if you see my videos from before, I was training for a marathon. Just because I wanted to train for a marathon. So I didn't understand why it was 1 and 1 wasn't equal to 2. I didn't understand that. But jiu-jitsu is a totally different beast, right? Wrestling is a totally different beast. It's different. It's working different body parts. It's working them at a different time. It's working them in different angles. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to get in here and tell you all about the physical kinesiology of the whole thing. I know you're feeling that. I'm not going to tell you about the whole body movement structure and everything, right? Kinesiology, look it up. But what I can tell you is that it's all different, right? So I had to be kind to myself because I was already hurting myself. I had to change my mindset so that I can approach it different. And that's the third one, is try a different approach. You see what I'm saying? So those are the first three that I'm trying to tell you. And those things are all internal to you. I'm telling you, if you can beat the mind game and you can beat the heart game, you got it all. You got it all. You got it all. You just got to be able to control the mind, control your heart, and you got it all. I'm telling you, mind, body, spirit, right? Mind, spirit. Now we're going to talk about the body, right? Or I talked about the body. The last thing is where you are. Where are you placing yourself? Not where you are in your skill level. Not where you are in your mindset. Not where you are in your heart. But where are you placing yourself physically? Are you placing yourself in a group of people who are going to knock you down? Are you placing yourself with people who got just negative self-talk all the time? Right? Is that self-talk will get you 10 times out of 10, whether you know it or not. I think, and I don't even know if this is true or not, but I heard that there's an ancient Chinese water torture that just had a drop, right? Now, if that's just an analogy or if it was for real, that will get you. Is that whether if it drives you insane or ends up breaking your skull after a time, is that little bit, this right here, that don't do nothing. But over and over and over and over, I'm telling you, that's what ends up getting it, right? I think I told you the story before. When I was younger, I used to sit there. If I did some mistake that I felt was dumb, or I did a mistake that I thought was stupid, or I did a misstep or whatever, I'd be like, oh man, I'm stupid. And my father stopped me. He was like, don't say that. You can't say that to yourself, because eventually over time, your body, your mind, and your soul and your spirit ends up believing it, right? So if when you make mistakes, if I make a mistake, if you sitting there and you're like, oh, you stupid, man, why are you doing that? I know that sometimes that's just a figure of speech and don't nobody mean nothing by it. But it ends up happening over and over. You don't know who else in their life or my life is calling me stupid for whatever reason, or calling them stupid for whatever reason. And that's just again and again and again and again. You can't do that. You ain't strong enough. You ain't smart enough. You ain't rich enough. You ain't come from that life. You ain't from that life. Your family ain't this. You ain't go to that college, whatever it is. Again. So what am I talking about? Where you placing yourself is you need to surround yourself with people who support you. Surround yourself in a supportive group, because I'm telling you, if you got your mind right and you got your heart right, but you putting yourself in the midst of people who are just negative, in the midst of people who ain't supporting you, that's just going to be another one, and not a DJ Khaled, and another one, right? We the best. Notice that's a supportive group. He ain't saying another one, you stupid, another one. He ain't saying that. He's saying another one, we the best, right? That's what I'm talking about. And that's where it is. That's the type of supportive group that you need to place yourself around. Listen, that's the message. I want to give you 4 so that you can take them, listen to it, apply it. And I'm telling you, if you're falling down, you can get yourself back up again, no problem, right? Let's review real quick. I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to change your mindset. I want you to try a different approach. And I want you to surround yourself with some supportive people. That's it, right? Listen, and if you knock me over, I will get back up again. Oh, right? My name. Oh, real quick. I keep forgetting this. Like my daughter says all the time, be yourself. And that's what this is about. The only thing is we are on a constant quest to become a better version of ourselves, right? So be yourself, because you're amazing. I know you can do it. You know you can do it. My name is Pablo Rivera, and this is another edition of Make It Happen Monday.
By the sign of the word. Now I ain't yet a success, but yes, the word that I stress. Cause by the time you hear the CD, count the steps that I've left. I'm passing all of you rappers, it's just a matter of time. Pick your jaw up off the floor when you admire my rhymes. A level head on my shoulders when I'm in motion. I'm focused, thoroughly thought of my plans and the execution. You notice, ain't no time to think about it, only time to react. Your intuition under pressure, weigh you down on your back. I scribble thoughts in my palm, I see you when I get home. Organize my inner visions while I'm chilling and calm. A politician's mind state, that means I'm nice on